Oh, oh. Let me see. I've got some incense going here. Hello, everybody. This is Coyote. It is 7:01 on Saturday evening Eastern Standard Time. Hello and hello. I admit that I need to be online at a certain time, and I think that's kind of good because I won't be chatting, I think, longer than I probably need to. You can make it kind of concise and short and sweet and potent and powerful. And I'm just going to check the time that I'm due somewhere. So let me see. Okay, being online. All right, so I do a little bit of time. All right, I'm going to write down a few. All right, thanks for that. So hello and hello, this is Coyote, and as you can probably see, there's a little bit of this incense wafting around, and I really kind of like it when the air is coming through this sort of cross ventilation of the windows that are there. So I wanted to just see what the cards would come up in terms of energies right now. And also I have some channeled information that kind of came through that I felt was really supportive. Certainly, I'll relate that I felt very encouraged by it, but it also is mirroring how I've been feeling lately and wanted to share that with you briefly. I have been going to bed in the last 2 and 3 weeks to different metaphysical frequencies and or meditations. The meditations, which I've mentioned a little bit before, either on Facebook or I've written, which I have not in the description, but you can find it probably in the last two sessions I may have done. But for example, if you listen to meditations through the Reality Revolution, that host is Brian Scott, and you will see some trans surfing meditations, and they usually start probably 3 to 8 minutes in, and then you can right click on your laptops or computer for a choice of loop. I do not wear the headphones when there are binaural beats offered, which basically they entrain your brain. There's two sets of affirmation languages that, one that is dominant and one that's very subliminal, but kind of that you hear it and that plays into the subconscious. In any case, I've just been falling asleep to positive meditations or positive frequencies. That is just one example. The other one is stuff by Abraham Hicks, and there are four of them. I used to find them under one umbrella as an hour, so you can play that loop continuously. But I find them separate, and it's physical well-being, financial well-being, general well-being, and relationship well-being. To play any one of those on a continuous loop, they're only 15 minutes, so a continuous loop will continue for however long that your computer allows you to continue to do that. Okay, so what else I want to share with you? You certainly could go to Quantum K Free Healing, and you will find at least one, and I think two, but there will be a 23-minute free healing experience. And if you can get that to play a few times for you as you sleep, I think that will be very potent. You can hear it for free. You will hear Andrew Kemp. Andrew Kemp's the creator. You'll hear his voice in English if you choose that version. And so you don't have to see the frequencies, the formulas that come across the screen or their symbols. You certainly could be awake and in front of and receive that information. But if you hear his voice, that's fine too, because it's all part of one intention of wellness. So here's my channeled information, and then I'm going to go right into reading some cards. And I just want to get one of the cards. All right, where did it go? There is a card that I picked, and I put it back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to know where I picked that theme card. All right, so the cards today are about the message of your power. And also, if you read in the description, it'll say energy of cheer, which is what this message is about. Energy of cheer for us to hear, and a message of your power. All right. So I scribbled this, and I did not have a chance to write it over very neatly, but I'm going to be as articulate as I can about what the guides wanted me to hear. And I can share this with you because it's so uplifting. And in my experience, why I want to read this to you is because of those meditations. I've been listening every night, almost the whole night, or at least part of the night. You know, you may get up to go to the bathroom, or maybe you're hungry. You can certainly shut them off after they've been on for 3 or 5 or 2 hours. Or I like to go the whole night with something really positive, uplifting. But if you feel you don't want something playing in the background on a low volume, you do not have to like be hearing every word, or you may put it on such a low volume that you can hear every word, but not enough to keep you up, just enough to lull you and empower you, and let the frequency work with your own energy of intention as you fall asleep. Like, thank you for protecting my soul while I travel out of my body and learn what I need to learn. Thank you for protecting me at night. You may want to, and you can do this too, even if you don't feel like you've been downloaded with frequencies or have psychic epiphanies. Your word is your wand, and you can call in the help and the request that you would so like from ascended master teachers or your angelics, whomever your heart truly resonates, to command and call in for help and assistance. And as you sleep, to aid you in your next steps of your mastery in these bodies on this planet as we ascend and rise and meet our galactic selves. We are the rise of the galactic. We are galactic humans. Okay, so this is what I got. Today's message, energy of cheer. You are the answer you have been waiting for. Now you have admired and still have, all you have admired still have their place in the job. However, they are human in form, or in the human, and have their soul's growth, their creative challenges, whether it's love, money, relationship. Their physical apparatus go down. Their eyes are in channels. They can be experiencing ego, though they strive, as you do, to recognize the more and the truth of situations. Our point is each person holds super, and they were being funny, duper, super duper value, insights, clairvoyance, and awareness through senses of the self body, meaning this apparatus, the self body. You just have not ever wanted to face the music as fully tuned, accountable beings. So you just have not ever wanted to face the music as fully tuned, accountable beings. And this is like, you know, when we kind of gossip and we want to feel better and we have these accidents, we'd like people to see our sides. Sometimes too, we do point, we have in the past pointed fingers, or even though I've always sensed for myself, like not being a victim, but we've done that. So they're saying, as a collective, and you may have experienced, I have experienced this, you just have not ever wanted to face the music as fully tuned, accountable beings. And you know, like we're ready for this now. Some of you are ready. Some think they are. And sometimes growth, and sometimes in the growth, you shift back and forth. In this, however, is the choice of practice, preservation of humor. They want us to take things light, preservation of humor, and care to growth, and the willingness to admit and embrace all the myriad feelings of and as feelings as energy. Do not be alarmed at your powers. Visualize, visualize something them for good. Visualize, use them for good. Clean up your acts, and in as much happiness as possible, always act. So, in as much happiness as possible, always act. Act for the things you want to bring in, for being virtuous, for correcting situations, for being fully accountable, for moving forward and caring about yourself, the planet, others, for all the things you wish. Visualize, use them for good, meaning your powers. Clean up your acts, and in as much happiness as possible, always act. Do not waste energy on old, worn out conversations or even actions in the now that offend you. Catch yourself, admire your own creation and body. And this is about loving you and not comparing you to anyone else's creativity, gifts, magic, clairvoyance, psychic ability, youthfulness, body, whatever, money. It's loving you. Catch yourself and admire your own creation and body. Many watch you and long to help you on any subject. And I said something else. I don't know the last two words I wrote. It's something like for you. Well, the last two words I didn't write very well, like this whole thing. So basically they're saying our invisible helpers are watching us and they long to help you on any subject. And much love and have fun. They were really emphasizing fun. And a lot of the ways they talk to me, it's about having fun. And even Abraham Hicks in some of Esther's deliveries are talking about we take ourselves way too seriously, way too importantly, and we need to be a little more lighter than um, we've done. And I'm not talking about excusing, evil, shadow, bad things, but on many things that we're hard on ourselves, we need to take ourselves a little more lightly. So the message of your power and energy to cheer you. This was the energy to cheer you. And we're going to see what messages come through with the cards about just our overall power at this time. Later, maybe later tonight, I'm going to also want to be open to an activation of opening our third eye. But I won't have time to do that in this particular sitting. So this was to cheer us and a message about our power today. So, okay, let's see what numbers and cards have to say. The theme that I got when I asked about the cheering us, the message of cheer, thing that message I channeled, and our power was the Queen of Earth, or is also the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, at least from my looking at things, she comes down to the number 3, mind, body, spirit, things happening in threes. Don't question yourself, move forward, ask those questions. Pentacles, money, wealth, riches, financial stability, finances on the rise, solid growth. She knows herself. She's a woman of she's committed and she's of conviction. She's a very sensual woman. She's seasoned. She is resourceful. She's committed to things. She's practiced. She honors herself and she honors those around her. She's looking, she'll pull together resources from the land, from resources from people. She'll pull in as much questioning and bridging together so that she's able to pull together that which she wants to create. So she's creative, she's practical, she's logical, she's sensitive, she's committed, she's not wishy-washy, she knows herself. And so this message of energy is we are ready to know ourselves. We are ready for commitment. in building communities, relationships. We are ready to be transparent. We are ready to honor ourselves, be practical, use logic, use common sense, use our powers for good in bringing all subjects together. And that also was a message from the angels. So this again comes from the Good Tarot, very earthy, knowing, sensual, flexible, fluid, one with nature, one with the vibe. And she's lovely, you're lovely, but no, love is not a doormat. You do not take no shit. Okay, so there's that. Let's see a few of the oracle cards, what they come up as for us. I wish that you're doing well. So a message of cheer and our powers at this time. Let's see if you will give us 3 good cards that help us slow down in help and conviction for that which we're stepping into next about our powers. Our message of cheer. This one maybe. So let's say there's 4 of those, so let's see how that goes. Alrighty. I just love, I'm burning some traditional Indian nag cham, and I'm burning a little bit of Archangel Melchizedek. But I think of Melchizedek as an ascended master, but these folks have him as Melchizedek, the angel. Okay. Really nice cards. Cards are all just reiterating what the channeled message was about. Let's also do some numbers with this. 2. Okay. We have a 7. We have a 29 to 11, which is a 2. We have a 5, and we have a 9. 9 and 9 is 18, and 5 and 12, 13, so 23 and 5. Okay, this is all very good. So 5 and 9, that would be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. Yep, okay. All right, folks. Gaia needs you. Act from your crown and heart, number 7. This is about your spirituality. And this is a big time right now, right? We are all aware that Gaia is a breathing, living organism. We often refer to Earth as Pachit Mama, Terra, that she has many sacred sites, and that we are here wanting to be one with her. And, come from our hearts and see us all as one as part of the earth, and her in us and us in her, and getting grounded and information from her and caring about her more the best we can with recycling. And so, watching the products that we can use, or, how we treat animals and really how we treat all these lessons every day at different levels, and that are coming up all around us to be very aware from. Gaia needs you, number 7. Right. prepare for spiritual awakening. Well, we've known that for a while, so we are in our spiritual awakening, but especially with June, I feel like energies just get more and more intense. And actually, we are in such a good place of creation, um, and really embracing our power, which is again why I wanted to share this with you because of doing the meditations at night and having experiences every day. What's happening for me, and I wanted to get this message out, was this is a really great time to start to watch ourselves in confidence. Watch ourselves, are we in ego? Watch ourselves and let us grow. Feeling our dreams more and percolating on, can you help me bring this to fruition? How we see our vision, how we'd like to have those visions be. And Brian Scott, in his transurfings or in some of his meditations, he talks about not just, let me see if I can get this right. It's not just seeing it and feeling connected that things are happening, but it's about feeling as if we are it, so that we are the thing we wish to have. And we're feeling that oneness, that here's the thing, it could be anything, that we're feeling the house as we have it, are living it. We're feeling the body in situations. We are it, we have it, we are being that now. We are feeling into, we're not even feeling into, we just feel that we breathe, we are that feeling. We are in it now. We're not waiting for it to come. We're not just calling it in, that it's going to arrive, and of course it will, but we're feeling, we're putting it on as if those of you who live in cold places, we're putting on that warm, snuggly coat or jacket or sweater. Or remember, like, have you ever gone to the beach and it feels great, but you're coming on the water and you feel that chill, you want to put the blanket around you. Or even as you go into the water and how lovely it feels to be at the ocean, and you feel kind of one with that water, you feel in that flow. So feeling, being the thing that you've asked for. And really, that's our mastery, magnetized and embodied right now. Think outside the block, right? This was in times of turmoil, all the woo-woo, we've got a lot of cards like this, being willing to stand our ground, to speak our truth, to remind ourselves that no, our thinking isn't off, we're really resonating with something else, and we see how other people are following along, and we can't seem to help it, but we still had judgments, but yet we weren't wanting to judge, we were really want to think outside that box and help create the next steps and be that next step. We often then, we're still in contrast and contradictory because we still were pointing fingers, but this is really about when we see and be outside the block, allowing them. We're in a place more of allowing. You need to allow others, not again by getting away with heinous things or not being accountable. Hello. So what we are doing right now is we are in the midst of walking our mastery more so now than ever. So it's really a good time. Keep thinking how you think. Be the observer. Call in what you wish. Recreate definitions. But as you think outside, okay. Oh, thank you for your questions. I'm not on that right now. And tonight is devoted to this particular topic. So if you would like to stay, but I cannot help you with that at this moment. So this is really about seeing ourselves in our mastery, that this message of cheer and your power, your personal power, is being able to think outside the flock, allowing others to be who they are, and then also not having their choices permeate, penetrate your fields. It's almost like you stay neutral. A sacred gift is coming to you in number 5, which is about the inner journey and maybe an outer journey as well. mind, body, spirit, the earth, air, fire, water, spirit. So 5. Often galactics, I know Bashar, when he talks, there are galactic families that will send messages to you in 5s because our brains, at least in the past, handled easier getting information in 5s, building upon each other. This is a sacred gift is coming to you, right? The story of the husband and wife, very different. But the wife goes before her father-in-law and asks for help, and he does. The sacred gift is coming to you. This is us meeting us. This is your powers being activated in you. This is our galactic family, our angelic family, our elemental family, our invisible helpers, the alchemic masters coming forward to help you for you to remember and member your sacred gifts. You is a sacred gift, and your help is. And then speak your truth, express yourself. Number 9, which is about sharing your wisdom and spiritual gifts with the world, and that to know and have discernment, are you giving your energy to the wrong place, right? Like, this is a time, sometimes my triggers come up, right? But less and less going back to the self, thinking a different subject of ease, one that doesn't have a charge to it, because you must master your emotions. You must master your triggers. You must now know what triggers you and realize that that person is a mirror for us, me, to clean out our shadows. It is not the other person has power over you. You are the power in this world. That's why you are here on this planet at this time, to live into and show and share your gifts. It is not about you being poor. It is not about you being so rich that you are like a dumbass and using people. It is not about being a doormat. You can love, but love is not a doormat. Love is a power. Love is the most powerful frequency in every galaxy, universe, and multiverse. That is why the bad guys want our soul and torture us for the love, because they know that that's what they want to control and create fear, not love. And so we must master our emotions, not to not feel them, but to allow what we feel, express it in healthy, grounded ways, so that we are fully aligned and clear. And no matter what is happening around us, it doesn't trigger us anymore, because we have understand how our old and maybe present mechanism is working, but we're stepping into the new. So it is really important to be the observer, the person who's accountable and willing to grow. You don't need other things happening. You don't need, that is, relationships which are holding you back. You don't live for another person. You live for you. You breathe. You are breathing you. You are breathing your life. You are partnered with your soul. When your soul leaves your body, you are dead, or you are AI bot, or you are some kind of altruistic-ish monster in whatever kind of body you have, whether it looks pretty or gross. So you are the power in the world. There is no God who looks like a guy. There is no God judging you that you go to hell. There is no physical looking God. There is only the infinite source that created everything, even evil, because it allowed evil to be. And in these forms and in other forms throughout the galaxy, they got afraid because evil energy, now they're saying it's artificial intelligence as well, got out of hand. And collectively, throughout the multiverses and universes and us, we were rising in questions and in energy to say, enough is enough. We want a different life. We want something better. That was the call that went out everywhere, and everyone was hearing that, so that we were more on board than less on board. So speak your truth. Now, sometimes truth does not come out nice. Sometimes the way we learn to express ourselves will come out like swear words, or like we're very, very angry. Well, very, very angry has to come out of your body, even if you're yelling into the air with no one around. You may be very mad at someone. You don't have to yell into their face. You yell, you get it out of you. So your disease doesn't morph in your body, and so that you are expressed. And so you then get calm and you get to observe what's going on in an exchange. The person that rides my tailgate, like, that's going to make me go faster. Or that they're in a hurry. They do not plan well. They are feeling emotionally, whatever, who knows. They are in a rush for whatever reason, and they are trying to say, guide me, tell me, force me to drive how they want to drive. No, but I'm going to do what I need to do. And sometimes I have been not nice about that, but they can be whoever they are. And sometimes I say things in my car, and I'm just watching and observing because it's happening less and less that I'm triggered. I still am, and that is something that I'm working through because I know I came on this planet to raise and help the planet and help people. I know I'm here as a representative from the star people I came from, and just like you are. Some of you know this, some of you are not sure yet. It doesn't really matter, but you know you're here. You're here to thrive, be alive, have fun, grow, create, travel, have relationship, create community, create beauty, have joy, just because you are here. Period. It's not about a fancy home. It's not about a fancy car. It's not about having the right shoes or how many pocketbooks that cost $500 and $5,000. It is not about having the best skin. It is not about having the tightest ass. It is about your own expression of living fully and caring and loving this. If this is what we got right now, however you choose to change it or decorate it, love it. Don't be talking against it. Love it. So all these numbers come to a number 5. And the number 5 again, adventure, change, manifestation. It is earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You may go on a physical journey. I know I want to and relocate, yes. But the journey is also within. We must clear up our own shadows in order for the world to still rise and rise in vibration so that no evil and shadow can hide out to become the worst evil that has been around for 990 million years, which will come out in our world history, which will point back after 60 years, will point back after 200 years, will point back after 3,000 years. And we will understand what was really going on, what was missing from true spiritual texts, and which spiritual texts, anyway, or teachings, things were missing, right? Think of a peace sign. You know what a peace sign looks like? The circle, right? Let me just draw. So we're drawing peace signs. You can see it like that. But some of you may know that this, where is it? The bottom one is a very powerful rune, and it's very possible that the Christ in Jesus wore a symbol like that as well. It's pointing the other way. We have many things to be open-minded for. So today the messages are about change and adventure and manifestation. They're about going on the inner journey, as well as you can build to go on the outer journey. It is about cheer. It is about using your powers for good, for be willing to be an observer, to express your voices so that you hold no shadow. And that actually we start to allow others, to be who they are. And it doesn't have to permeate and latch onto us in our field because they don't like us, love us, they're judging us, they have their heads up their ass, they watch too much TV, they believe everything the television says. I have to just say, well, that's because I know what I know, and I'm being very broad-minded about hearing all kinds of information. If it resonates just as information to hear, and I know what currently is going on in all places, but I follow the resonance of alignment in my own energy field because my heart rules. My head has information, it's a computer. My heart rules, and my soul, which is here and connected in higher realms, wants me to be the best I can. Not because it's a good girl, a good boy. Let that go. Let that shit go. You be true to you. And sometimes being true means like, I ain't gonna do that. Sometimes being true says, ma, pa, sister, whoever, I ain't gonna do that. Thank you. That's not who I am. And then they want to fight with you. Let it go. Because you can't change anyone. The only one you could change is you. And that starts with a definition called, I've been like this. That's not quite serving me anymore. What would I really like to think? How would I really like to be? Wouldn't it be nice? Well, I would like this. Or I'm going to think more of that until that is. That's the feeling of in these meditations that I was telling you about. It's not just seeing it and feeling it out there. It's feeling it in here, in the unit that you are, and acting that, and how good that feels. That's manifestation. That's calling in the powers and pulling it in. That's the energy that's meeting your energy. That is law. That's universe law. That's science. We are a mathematical unit. In everything, throughout every timeline, galaxy, universe, everything is mathematical. Everything is codes, computers. Codes are the sequences of numbers. Everything. Everything resonates to tone, mathematical sequences, colors, vibration. Everything vibrates. Even a dead body has a vibration to it. It's a stillness, but it is vibrating. It doesn't have the life, but it has a vibration to it. You can see an aura, even around dead things. Everything vibrates. Everything has resonance. It's the way the universe is. It is law. It's not against God. I call God infinite creator, mastermind, the universal consciousness. God is a good thing when you see God as universal consciousness, as the creator, as though all is one, the one is all. Remember, there are many gods. But when we speak, is the vibration about virtue and justice and goodness and care? Is it about love and bliss and joy and reunion, regeneration, renewal, rejuvenation? Or is it a God of malevolentness, tricksterness? It's a different kind of thing, right? And words can lie. Words can lie. I love you, and you don't mean it. But the resonance of the vibration that's vibrating in the body when you talk, that can be felt. And that is why, in the long run, we will go with feeling of the resonance. So we will know how people and beings really are, because there will be us who will feel it, and we will know the truth by that field of feeling. And you will too, because it will become a natural practice of, this doesn't feel right to me. It's as simple as that. This doesn't feel right to me. You don't need a reason. You don't need a definition. You don't need to defend. This doesn't feel right to me. Oh, you got to do that. It doesn't feel right to me. We got to do it. We told you to. No, it doesn't feel right to me. I understand you want a different answer than I'm able to give you. I will get back to you. Because that's true. You still may not going to do what they say, but you have met the situation with equanimity, and you've also put a little closure, so the person more than likely will back off for the moment. If not, this is how we will learn to hold our ground, stand in our truth, because this is what's required right now. If you stay a wishy-washy person who just kisses ass and does everything that everyone else tells you, you have no energy for you, and you are feeling schizophrenic and probably depressed and crying and eating a lot or drugging a lot or something. You've got to fill up on your own energy. You've got to find a way to be appreciative of what is and make peace. Yet, that doesn't mean settle for. That doesn't mean settle for. It doesn't mean, well, make peace. You said make peace so I could like be here in this thing I don't really want, but I gotta create. I want this different life. I want a different whatever. No. You say, well, this may not be the best experience I've had. But I know. I'm going to be open to better days. I'm going to be open to a miracle. I'm going to be open to something wonderful happening for me now. I don't know what it is, and maybe I'm not supposed to, but something, despite whatever this looks like, something wonderful is happening for me now. If you can even say that much to yourself, to bring yourself just to a little smile so that you're not 50 under in feeling sad, but that 51%, if you're keeping that 51% to 70% feeling okay, something wonderful is happening for me now. Something wonderful is happening for me now. I don't know what, but I know something wonderful because things really need to change. And I really like that. Lift it to the more positive. And for example, just like when the Jesus person showed up to heal people, he didn't heal people. The Jesus showed up in alignment, knowing fully who he was. And he saw you, me, them. He saw them wellness. He saw them like the creator mind sees us, blissful, loving, kind, sweet, healed, whole, returned to our original blueprint of optimization, of perfectness, of sweetness, kind, care, a resonant clarity. So that is why, some parts of the Bible, they got good information. Some parts of the Bible are missing, and some parts of the Bible, duality. But we can take these couple of things and use them for the upliftment. And the Jesus would say to people, go and tell no one. After he spent time with the energy work on them, because they were ready, they surrendered, they knew, like, I reached my last straw. Something wonderful must happen for me now, and I'll trust this guy. They say he's the son of God. I'm open to thinking he might be the son of God, and I don't want to die, and I'd like to move on. So I'm going to be open. I'm going to go see this guy. I'm going to go on my knees and just say, hey, things kind of crap right now, but I'm open because I've tried a lot of stuff, and I am willing to put aside my ego, to put aside my feeling of I'm going to whatever, the old whatever, and I'll just trust. I'll just come and I'll be open because I really like health. I really like calm. I really like to feel good. And he saw them as good. And they went away. And those are the folks that healed themselves. There is no, the power is within you. And when we let God, infinite mind, Jesus the Christ, Archangel Raphael, the Arcturian family medical team, whenever we invite these, the infiltration fleet, the galactic helpers, whenever we invite them in, it's because we are ready to surrender of the good, the care, the protection, the love, the fun, the bliss. And we are ready to believe, we are ready to allow, we are ready to surrender. And we will let those master help us. Because you are a master in training on earth. You cannot be an ascended master. I'm not an ascended master. No people here is ascended master. If you were an ascended master, you wouldn't have to say it. You wouldn't tell anybody. You would just walk in radiance. And wherever you walk, you permeate, you penetrate, you energy uplifts people, and they don't know why. So I wish if you missed my message, if you missed my message in the beginning, the channel message, go back if that's like the first 3 minutes. I think that was really helpful. I found it helpful. I want to read it again to myself. The cards are just pointing that you are the power. Act from your crown. your higher mind, the goodness of your higher mind, act from your heart and purity and virtue and all that you can do best you can. And that's when you make your manifestations. You don't make your manifestations when you're upset. And if you find yourself that you can't manifest for yourself because you're not saying the positive words, or for the other people, not that you can manifest for them, but when you're trying to feel good, just take a moment to shift your point of view. Give yourself something to be calm about. Think the opposite. If ever whatever makes you angry, whatever's coming up, you've got to pick a subject that, think butterflies, think picture frame, think your grocery list, something that doesn't trigger you, like that thing that you're not able to move. Think outside the flock. Allow others to be who they are, not as an excuse, but let them walk their path and you walk yours because you are committed to your own cheerfulness, your own growth, your own radiance and mastery. And from that, you will exponentially ascend that glow out because that's a felt thing. Energy is a felt thing. A sacred gift is coming to you. You may be asking someone for help and the help will come, or because you have put out the call energetically, a gift is coming to you. And the gift actually may be the light shining on your own inner gifts that you were put here for, to help all other beings on the planet in your own style and own way, whatever that might be. You know, you may not have a creative skill or a psychic skill or a financial skill, but what you have is your smile. Is when you send out a good thought, is when you nurture plants, you hold a child, or you pet a dog or a cat, or you're just grateful and appreciative. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for my pillow. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the lessons I've learned. And speak your truth. Express yourself. The throat chakra is very, very much, has been challenged with a lot of people. It's time just to speak up. You don't have to cause a fight. You can say things like, well, you know, I'm sensitive to think this might build a wall between us. And I have a way of, I think, the way you think is what I think. But I'm going to do what I got to do for me. Keep it simple, right? You're not out for a fight yourself, right? You're not, because that'd be easy to win. You just get a gun and shoot them dead. They'll come back at some point, you know. We all get recycled back into infinite mind, and energy is neither created nor destroyed. So we get recycled. And we float around for a while, and then if we choose to, we come back. But in this case, speak your truth. You don't have to war about it. Fall deeper in love and clarity with yourself and ask your infinite and invisible helpers for help. So I'm going to go now. We're at like 48, 49 minutes, and I have an appointment. So I want to say thank you so much. Please go back. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me through Facebook. You'll see in the description that I'm Ritza Elizabeth, because that's how you'll find me through PayPal. You can call me for one question or direction. I won't be picking up the fight tonight. I think I have my email there. So email me. And if you decide you need a session, then we go from there. So besides that, you are powered by the star. You are a spark of creation. You can accelerate and activate the power within. You have the key inside you because you are the key. My little coyote heart loves you, and I thank you. Have a blessed night and stay bright.